And for this event, as I mentioned, we are raising funds for the Trevor Project, an American non-profit organization that focuses on suicide prevention efforts among lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning people under 25 years old. It operates the Trevor Lifeline, a confidential service that offers trained counselors through a toll-free phone number. The Trevor Project is committed to producing research that brings new knowledge and clinical implications in the field of suicidology, and also advocates for laws and policies that will reduce suicide among LGBTQ+ young people. This valuable life-affirming organization. And with that, I'm gonna throw it on over to Kat for the weirdest of dreams.
Hello! I'm still here, and I've got too much energy for 4 a.m. Eastern, or 3:44 a.m. Eastern. I'm here. I have weird dreams for all of you in a little roundabout way. This is the first time I'm playing the Amiga version in a marathon. Not the first time I'm playing the Amiga version, thankfully. What's fun about the Amiga version is that your cheat code for unlimited lives is on the help button, which is on this fun little menu, because I can't find it on the keyboard because I have, a regular keyboard. But I guess if you don't know what this game is, I guess I should just throw out content warnings and just say there's content in this game, and I don't have a great way to describe what's going on. There's a little bit of light gore. There's really a large bee. There's a gremlin made entirely of feet, I think. Thanksgiving dinner that gets real bitey. But okay, cool. But in the meantime, are you ready?
I think we're ready.
Okay, why don't you count me in?
All right, we're gonna begin on go. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I have hit the button to go. The brief overhead story of Weird Dreams is that a dude is having weird dreams, and he goes into some sleep study to get rid of the demons that are plaguing him. So we are basically going to see a bunch of weird imagery about this person's dreams and, what may come, if you will. So all good dreams start out in the cotton candy machine, which, if anyone's familiar with the DOS version of this, the cotton candy machine is loud and angry at all times. Now it's a nice little polite, almost realistic, noise. I think entirely in the right ear, exclusively. So what we're doing is we're trying to gather a little bit of cotton candy and jump onto this stick here. If you jump on it when it's got too much cotton candy on it, it just kills you. So I needed to wait for it to leave and then come back and then be empty. And we're going to put some cotton candy on the ground. Not really hearing the sound. I imagine that can be turned up by participants. But now we are still being chased by the bee. We're going to put down all of our cotton candy. This one doesn't go burr. The DOS version goes burr. And now we've got our racket. And we're going to wait for this bee to eat all the cotton candy. Or at least pick up all of it. And then we do what we do with bees or wasps or whatever you want to call this. And ask it to leave. No, God, it's coming after me. Okay, wait, we did that wrong. And that's fine. We have a backup. And it's leave the bee alone. So what we're going to do now is go into this mirror to the right. And this is an Amiga, so it has a key on the keyboard called the help button. And we're going to tap the help button, this one here. In rhythm, we're going to tap out SOS in Morse code. And what that does for us is gives us unlimited lives. Which makes this game realistic, because if you do die in this video game, you go back to the beginning, you go back to that Hall of Mirrors. And the Hall of Mirrors is not a great spot to be. You lose all progress and everything. But now since we have unlimited lives, we will not be losing any progress. We're going to be poorly aiming our stick. And so if we die, we just go right back to the same room we're in and retain all progress we've made through it. These rose bushes are really causing me an issue, but that's okay. So really, all we're going to do is tame the rose bushes with our stick. In this game, you'll hear, if you're familiar with the delightful DOS version, there's hit confirm noises. This is a whole new world here, everybody. Something the DOS version did not have. Are you hitting? Are you missing? Who knows? It's the DOS game. The Amiga version lets you know what's going on. Or you can be like me and get way too close. So when you've got sticks, basically you have 4 different attacks. You can hold down and do this one. You can hold forward and do that one. Hold backwards and do this swing. Or hold up and do this crazy dance. They all have different range and hitboxes, and they kind of have their own uses and places. Now we are just going to play catch with this little girl, as you do. It's a totally normal game of catch. Nothing abnormal, nothing weird, nothing unreasonable, just playing catch with my friends. And we're going to throw this ball back and forth a few times, and then things will get weird. So, how's everyone doing out there? Just as I thought, everyone's doing pretty excellent.
I mean, I'm doing just fine.
I'm glad you're doing just fine. Thank you for joining me on this lovely winter evening.
Yeah, these weirdest of dreams.
So now that we've played catch sufficiently enough, this little girl is getting a little murderous and a little impatient. So we're going to wait for her to walk to about the middle of the screen, and then throw the ball at her. The ball is going to eat the little girl and burp, and it'll go into our inventory. It's just going to let itself up there. We need this soccer ball. If we do not have this soccer ball, we cannot accomplish the next area's objective. So normally you jump up into the air and catch a fish. Instead, I found a glitch where you just kind of run to the right and you automatically, magically have a fish in your inventory. So now we're basically just going to walk through this very long desert. I believe it's like 3 screens of these little jumping dudes, and then 3 screens of what we lovingly call the foot goblins. So we're just going to swing at these things, and every time you see me jab the fish forward in a thrust motion, I think you need to tell me to stop doing that, because that's wrong. These are all sound effects that tell you a thing has happened. They are the most like, we need a video game sound effect for this game. And the DOS version doesn't even have any of those pleasantries. It just has like very upset silence. It has weird like brrr noises, and that's not great. So we got through that pretty quickly, and I was having trouble with these feet goblins. If they catch me, they will eat me, so if that's something you do not want to see, like... maybe don't look at them. There's one more screen of them. I hopefully will not be caught, but, you know, the foot goblin's gonna goblin. Like that. Nothing too horrifying, but also very horrifying altogether. Basically, my big strategy with these guys is do 2 forward jabs, and then hold up and, like, hope it works. And sometimes I feel like I have control of this game, and then most of the time I don't. So we might be doing this for a brief moment. Oh, I feel good about that one. Oh, yes, I feel good about that. So now comes to this screen that was the bane of the speedrun for the longest time. And it still is the bane of, like, world record attempts. But in terms of, like, I want to show this game off in a marathon, it's not that bad anymore. Basically, you stand as far left as you can go, and this whirlpool on the bottom will never catch you. If it does catch you, it sends you back to the lobby, which means you have to go through this entire wasteland again, which isn't a great thing. So really what we need to do is break this statue. We're going to wait for the whirlpool to leave us alone. It's completely random how it moves, so it might take a while, it might not. The only thing you should do is never trust it. Never, ever trust it. The only leg you can trust is hosting right now.
Meow.
Well, I know another good named person, but you know.
There are many good legs. And I am
So now
one of them.
we're gonna tap help because we want the soccer ball to help us. And it will eat the way out of this floor for us. If you don't use the soccer ball, you will walk very slowly through there, and the soccer ball or the fish in your hand will jump out of your hand and eat you. Not a great feeling. So now we're back here. Instead of actually trying to get the cotton candy onto my person, I'm just going to get hit by the stick. And yeah, that was RNG manipulation, probably, right? No! Don't want to get hit twice. This is the worst fate. I'm just trying to leave the cotton candy machine. And the game is bullying me. Just gonna wait for this stick to leave, and then I'm gonna jump for it when it comes back. And it doesn't really matter what kind of cotton candy I have. Really, all I care about is hugging this bee. It's going to kill me, and I will respawn loaded with cotton candy. So I don't need to get any of it. The reason we can't do that in the way beginning is when you don't have the only reason that all this cotton candy spawned on me is because I have the unlimited lives code in. And that kind of just changes the way the game moves in some weird ways sometimes. Alright, so let's wait for this bee to eat the cotton candy again. Take a brief moment, take a breather, think about our lives. We want this orb. We really want this orb. Yeah, we will stop at nothing. Oh, I missed the orb. Hold on, we're good. Let's wait for the bee. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead, take me. Wait, why is it over there? Why is the net over there? Game, you're really doing me a concern here. I've never seen this before. I literally have never seen this before. It's okay. We'll make it happen, but I am, guess I had to get my marathon moment, I guess. So, that must be just my slight infamiliarity with the Amiga version. In the DOS version, that butterfly, not butterfly net, the fly swatter will spawn all the way to the left if you die in the room and it's on the ground. Not so much this time. This time the game just wanted to be like intentionally hateful towards me. Which it is Weird Dreams, but usually it waits to be mean to me. Shout out to right now, my world record time would be already done. But you know, world records are hard, video games are fun. So we're just gonna wait. Go! Alright, not miss the orb this time. We got the orb, we have to wait for it to go off the top of the screen before we leave the room, or else we don't actually get the orb. Because video games. And time to go to the worst room in the game. Or the worst dream in the game. Who likes music?
I like music.
Well, I hate this music. Because it hurts me. Freya, you don't actually have control of your heart rate. It just kind of goes up or down as you play. And there's no like state of your heart rate's too high or your heart rate's too low. Like if I fall into the keyboard here, it'll jump up to like 125. But there's no like, oh, I did a thing and now it's too high. Usually it just jumps up when you die. Oh, there we go, 170. Okay, so I'm going to be pause buffering through this room so I don't fall into the keyboard. The keyboard keys. Spawn at random, which one is going to flip up. It can be the same key 7 times if it wants. The game is telling me when I'm going to get through this, and I have no say other than don't fall off the keyboard. It does have cool new music. Ah! So, also, fun fact, when you're on the left side and pushed up against the wall, the game can just say no. The key in front of you that's spawning into you is just going to go, and you're going to fall off the screen 6 times in a row without being able to move. I don't know how people were supposed to get through this video game, like, in any way whatsoever. I don't understand it at all. The bonus of this run is I'm very tired, and so we might be stuck in this room a little bit. Go ahead and donate. Well, not donate. Well, donate, everybody, but also read... Oh, God! Read a donation if you'd like.
And this is where I'd read a donation if I had any.
Well, will you answer a fun question for me?
Of course.
What are the people watching the channel watching right now?
So this, and I'm glad you asked, is Undefined Behaviour, which is being put on by the Edge Case Collective, a streaming group made up of creative queers who play, build, and break games in interesting ways. Drop us a follow for more great content. We're well on our way to unlocking our 3rd bonus stream, which is Frozen Flygon, one of our newest junior members, is going to be teaching Powerpuff Girls Him and Seek to Garby the Glitchress, which I'm super excited about. And that's almost $100 away. Just under. And then after that, at around $7,600, Dijon Ketchup, our newest full member, is going to learn the Final Fantasy IV Quality of Life Paladin Percent run. Live on stream for your entertainment.
We're almost there, Leggy.
I believe in your ability to escape the piano.
We did it. We made it. That's
well
not time,
done.
but I feel good. Alright, now we just need to get these eels. Alright, eels are gone. Well, just one eel, but a shout out to my friend Trace, who plays a silly horror game where you get to request something of the devil, and he always types in eels. Anyway, now we have to fight this bee with the eel. This is why we need the eel.
For the purposes of bee murder.
Bee noises. What about the burner? It comes back to the bee for a while, but this is going to be the bee's last appearance because the bee's not surviving this encounter. Actually, it's doing pretty crafty things that I usually don't see it do right now. So we have to wear it down with the eel. And then we take a good swing at its face. Like that. The bee is gone forever. Until I inevitably speedrun this game in another marathon. So we're going to walk in this left mirror, and we're coming to one of our last streams. The hallway full of bats and Thanksgiving dinner. Also the teethy doors. The toothy doors. So we're just going to duck under the bats. Fine. We're going to press this giant thing on the wall that says press. And the bats are going to leave because they don't like it when the lights are on. Except this one, who really likes flying low. But it's okay when he hits us. We're just going to keep running. And hopefully it won't spawn on the right side when we're trying to exit the room. Like that. And now it's going to spawn inside of us. We're fine. Yeah, I remember. And you're like, you announced the thing, and you're like, well, Cat needs to submit weird dreams. Also, shout out to this room. I don't know what the content warning this thing, but it clucks in this version. If it catches me, it's going to bite me in half, and my bottom half will be very impatient with me. Oh wait, no, it's just the DOS version that it bites you in half. That's way less gory. I guess it's a chicken. So now we're just going to swing back and forth a little bit. And we need to swing over this thing. And it's going to cluck at us. The clucking noises do it. They kill me. They're so good. The DOS version of this, the chicken makes a noise that kind of sounds like... It sounds like Yoku blocks, and that's it. So it's an angry organic Yoku block.
I'm sure Mega Man's had horrible dreams along that front.
I mean, there's no proof we're not playing as Mega Man. So we're coming up on the final boss, and I have no idea how much time is left in the run.
I see.
So we are going to go in this door. If we go in the door at the wrong time, it eats us. Basically, you need to enter the door when the pendulum is on the left. Or actually be lined up for the door to actually enter it. And if you enter it when the pendulum's on the right, as in like enter the input, the door just eats you. So here's our final boss. I guess Meg, as a heads up, the boss will end. I'll hit all three of these, hopefully pretty quickly. And then the screen will, all the orbs will go into the eye, and then the screen will fade out to white, and then the boss fight will end. And that's time. But well, you need to actually hit it. I've been too busy talking to actually explain how to hit this boss. What you do is you wait for the orb to be in front of it and its eye to be open, and then you take a swing at the orb, and then it turns into a white thing. Apparently, the orbs that we picked up throughout the game are to do something about making this thing do whatever it's doing right now. Those were really precise words, and it's the best way I can describe this. But 2 more hits, and we're going to have like a little thing that's going to happen. And the game will be over, and we'll be free. 1 more hit. Nope. So if you miss, it just knocks the fish out of your hands. I've been working on lining up where to stand. The boss can also just not expose its weak point to you also. It is a valid strategy. So time is coming up very, 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 very soon. And time is now. And here's our ending. If you don't like maniacal laughter, I guess maybe that's a thing that might be showing up. So we wake up. We have accomplished whatever we were doing in our dream. And the little girl is now outside of our dream, who is actually secretly the demon and has shown up to hurt us. And that's the game. That's Weird Dreams. I hope you really enjoyed that. I came in a second underestimate. That was awesome. I guess quick shoutouts. As is tradition, shouting out Brosentia because he introduced me to this game, and for a little while we were having a furious back and forth on the world record. My record in this game is down to like 10 minutes now, and it is a real tight run, and it is my crowning accomplishment in speedrunning is getting this game to a competent time, and I am so proud and so excited by it. Thank you so much, Edgecase Collective, for having me showcase this game yet again and playing the Amiga version on stream for the first time in any marathon ever. I have had such a good time hosting and chat modding and running in this marathon. I can't thank you all enough to have letting me be a part of this. And I need to go to sleep, so I'm going to leave you to the one and only, the illustrious and beautiful and wonderful Leggy Starscream. And I am GliitchWiitch, and I am bed.
Thank you again, and rest well.